Hello, you beautiful people. I just wanted to come on really quickly um, to talk about the relationship between curiosity and fear. And I initially was going to put this in a post, but I haven't had time to sit down and type this out. So I'm just going to talk about it really quickly. And I think it's very pertinent because these last few actually, a lot of the readings I've done in this series, using this African tarot, this Megamunden tattoo tarot, and then this Talisman Oracle deck, the Tower has been popping up a lot. And I can't remember where I read it, and I tried to find the actual quote, but basically, the what the author was trying to convey is that curiosity and fear are sort of related, and they're related in the fact that it is the unknown, right? When we're curious about something, we don't know about it. We want to know more. And then when we're fearful of something, sometimes it's about because we don't know what's going to happen. Like we're fearful of change because we don't know what it's going to be like. Or we're fearful of going to a party, for instance, because we don't know if any of our friends are going to be there. And now that's not to say that all fear should be trivialized, because some fear is definitely warranted. You know, fear of walking down a dark alley, of course. There's no there's no reason why we should really do that unless there's a cute kitten at the end and we need to save its life. I digress. However, back to my point, if sometimes there is a fear that's unnecessary, and it can hinder us in certain times. And if we want to transmute the energy of fear, we can use the energy of curiosity, of wanting to know something and to understand it better, and take that viewpoint and looking at it. So when something comes up like a tower moment, in that we are resisting it, or a situation in which the death card comes up, in which we're fearful of the change that death is going to bring, we can look at it in a way, we can transmute that fear that we have, that resistance that we have, and try to look at it in the eyes of, say, a page who's naturally curious about anything, right? And try to look at that type of fear through the lens of a curiosity, right? And so if we take away that, I don't want to say badness, but if we take away that apprehension of change because we don't know, and we're fearful of it, and we replace it with curiosity, I think we'll be in a much better situation to gauge the situation, sort of like a warrior, right? If you're a warrior, you're completely aware of your surroundings, you're alert, you know what's going on around you, you can hear. Whereas opposed, if you were frightened and scared and hiding, you don't really know what's going around you, because you're in your mind, and you're worried, and you're fearful of being found. So you can't necessarily make you can't, well, I don't want to say you can't, but it's going to be harder to make a decision, because your mind is going to be clouded with that fear. So if one of you, if one of these readings resonated with you, and you had the tower or death in your reading, try to transmute that fear of change, and transmute it in a way of curiosity. Think about how this change can benefit you, and think about all of the wonderful things that are going to bloom with this new found with this new way, of being, right? With getting something that is no longer serving you out of the way, getting dead weight out of the way. What can bloom? Think about it when a tree falls. It's always sad when trees die, but when a tree falls, now all the seeds that have been blocked by sunlight, they're now getting the sun's rays, and now they can come up out of the darkness, right? And beautiful foliage and beautiful flowers, and it's going to feed the birds, and we're going to have berries, and all kinds of things. So if we can look at these moments in through the lens of curiosity, as opposed through apprehension or through resistance, I think it might make some of these moments or these times a little bit easier. And now use your judgment. I don't want you to go being curious, like I said, of a dark alley or of, all I can think of is a dark alley, but use your judgment, use your best judgment in deciding when you can transmute the energy of fear into using the energy of curiosity. All right, that's my little spiel for you. I am off to the mall. I promised my daughters I would take them to the mall. They start school back up tomorrow, and I'm so excited about that. So we're gonna go to the mall. We're gonna get a few things, and perhaps I'll come back and finish up some more of my readings. So yes, I hope to see you next video. Take care, and thank you so much for being a part of this community. I'll see you next video. This doesn't work all the time.